Oil has always shaped the world, but today it's more than just fuel. It's a weapon that decides power, wars, sanctions, and shifting alliances show that energy still rules global politics. In this video, we are going to explore how oil continues to control global power and why the energy transition hasn't changed that yet. Let's start. The story begins with the global oil supply chain, dominated by Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the United States, which together produce over 40% of the world's oil. That control gives them unmatched influence. When Saudi Arabia cuts production, prices spike. When the U.S. boosts output, markets shift. And when Russia faces sanctions, energy shortages ripple across continents, affecting Europe, Asia, and even parts of Africa. But oil isn't just about money. It's geopolitical leverage. Europe discovered this during the Ukraine war, realizing its heavy dependence on Russian oil and gas. That dependency gave Moscow bargaining power, forcing Western nations to scramble for African and Middle Eastern energy sources. Nations competed for tankers, pipelines, and contracts, showing that control over oil still dictates global diplomacy. Alliances shifted, and energy became a tool of strategy rather than just commerce. OPEC+, led by Saudi Arabia and Russia, now uses production as a political weapon. Cuts and increases send messages, influence economies, and even sway elections. The U.S., though energy independent on paper, still feels the effects because oil prices affect inflation, currencies, and stability worldwide. Countries like Venezuela, Nigeria, and Angola are also drawn into this web, as every fluctuation of oil impacts their economies and local politics. The so-called energy transition is often overstated. Demand for oil, especially in China and India, continues to rise. Even Western nations still rely on petroleum for transport, manufacturing, and electricity during crises. Meanwhile, oil-rich nations reinvest profits to secure influence for the post-oil era, buying strategic stakes in ports, technology, and foreign infrastructure while retaining control over today's markets. The U.S. and China are playing a high-stakes game. Strategic reserves, trade routes, and energy alliances are the new chessboard. Control over critical resources like rare earths and natural gas complements the oil strategy, making the competition multidimensional. Whoever dominates energy dominates leverage, and in this modern energy war, oil remains the most potent weapon. Even as the world talks about green energy, oil quietly continues to shape economies, politics, and conflicts. From global inflation to military strategy, the energy landscape is central to power. In global affairs, whoever controls energy still controls power, and in the 21st century, that control has never been more contested.